Hello everyone, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, the housekeeping notes, all the product I use and all the dimensions will be listed below. There's a link to my online store if you'd like to purchase any of these items. I'd love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. There's my email address. If you have any questions, you can send me an email. There's a link to our Facebook group. We'd love to have you join the Facebook group. And finally, remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, before we get started, just a reminder that the celebration designer series paper sale is going on. Almost all of the standard DSP is at 15% off until June 30th. Also, there is a special right now for joining. It's a $99 for $155 worth of product from the catalog that you choose to make your own kit, and that is also through June 30th. And if you have any questions about joining, please contact me and I will talk to you about it. Okay, let's get that outside. As I told you earlier this week, we're having 3 projects to do with Father's Day. This is the 3D project. We're using He's All That. And let me show you what we're making. We're making this. Now this is made with retired product. We have a tag. This is Sierra Sand. The box is Sierra Sand. What's this? Happier Than Happy, I believe, is the paper that I used on this. And this is a gray granite, which went really well with it, that then is all retired. But I'm going to call this a tie box because we all know that you're supposed to give your father a tie for Father's Day. And we know that doesn't really happen anymore, but that's the old thing. So I'm calling this a tie box, but this is a nice size box you can use for just about anything. It is 9 inches long, 3.5 inches wide, and 1.5 inches deep. So it will hold a lot of whatever you want to give your father for Father's Day. So before we get started, we're going to make the tag first. So you need approximately a piece of cardstock that you're going to be making your box or whatever color you want. I'm using Boho Blue today. And this is 2 by 4 approximately. It's just a scrap I had. I don't even think it's square. But it doesn't matter because we're going to stamp in Boho Blue. And it says, "To the man who has everything." Make sure I have it good and covered. And I'm stamping in Boho Blue as well. Boho Blue on Boho Blue. And that is the stamping. And then we're going to die cut this. And we're die cutting this with the Tailor made tags. You know I like these tags. This time, I've always used the round ones over here, but this one's on the wrong side. The sticky isn't sticky anymore. There's some little ones in there. We're using the second one in with the flat bottom here. And I have it right here. And we're going to die cut that. So I'm going to grab our little cranky here. And center that up where I want it. And run it through the machine. And there's our tag all ready to go on our package. And there's enough space. You can write a little message on the back if you'd like. So get this out of our way. So the next thing we need is to build the box. Excuse me while I move a few things before the sample box ends up on the floor. So you are going to need a piece of 12 by 12 paper. This is Boho Blue. As I've said, we're using Boho Blue today. And you're going to cut it down to 12 by 11.5, which I have already done. And then we're going to score. And I'm going to start on the 12-inch side first. And we are going to score at 1/2 1 1/2. Like I said, all the dimensions will be listed below in case I forget to say one, and at 10 1/2. Flip it around to the 11 1/2 inch side, and we're just going to score at 1 1/2, 5, 6 1/2, and 10. And that is all of our scoring. Now get rid of this. And we are going to go ahead and fold and burnish all these lines, score lines. Make sure we've got them nice, crisp folds in here. Okay, so there we've got everybody folded. I'm going to grab a pair of scissors. I'll grab the big ones. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them or not. We'll see. So you have a square, a rectangle square, a rectangle square. We're going to cut into the squares, cut up on there, and cut a little wedge. Like that. I'm switching scissors. Sorry, these take me a minute longer, but my hand just does not want to cooperate today with those big scissors. And we'll just wedge into each of those. That. So that's what we have so far. Then we'd rotate it around and do the other side. Just do a little cut and wedge here. Then you could cut them all and then go back and wedge, or I usually do a combination. Sort of what I feel like doing. And the last one. There we go. Get that off the way. So there we have this piece. Now we can flip it. And you have to decide what's, pull this one off. Decide which one do you want to be the top of your box. It doesn't really matter, so it's, you know, whatever you choose. And we need some DSP. Now we're using the Countryside Inn DSP. And when I cut this paper, I will tell you, I did cut a piece that was 8 3/4 wide, so that I could cut each of these pieces off so that the pattern all matched. I did the same thing on this one here. You see the flower right here comes across. Here's the flower. You can even see the little legs of the owl here, and there's the owl. It's not that big a deal, and there's the leaves. If you want it to do that, you know, if you have a definite pattern, then cut the piece at 8 1/2 or 8 3/4, and then cut your pieces off in the particular order. Okay. So let's grab some glue. If you're doing this for a girl, you could do the bunnies, but we will skip the bunnies on this one. Even though I really do like them. And this one's going to go here. Now this one is 8 3/4 by 1 1/4. This was this one. Like I said, if I forget to give you a measurement, just look below. They're all going to be listed. You need 2 of this size. And then the back side. By cutting it that one length and then taking off each piece as you go, the pattern carries through. And then you need 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I put these going up and down because they're on their sides, so that would match the sides going around. Like I said, you can do it any way you want, but I was trying to for a little uniformity there. Like that. So then we're going to flip this over. And we're going to start at the bottom here. And you could use glue or tear and tape or Seal Plus. Seal's not strong enough for 3D projects, as I've mentioned. So make sure you got a nice angle on that. It's real important to have your angles correct on this because the box won't close very nicely if you don't. And pull this one up. You just have to hold it for a second for the glue to adhere. And then this one here. So we've taken, these are the ones, this is the piece that did not have any DSP on it. We've left all of our DSP pieces on this side here. Now we'll go ahead and take this one and fold it into this to make our lid. And the last one here. For just a second, and then the box will close like that. Now, you don't have to do this next, but people, when they go to open it, it's going to be a little clumsy to open, as you can see. So I grabbed, this is the 1 3/4 inch punch. Any punch will do, whatever you have. It can even be just a little 3/8 inch or a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to set this on my grid so I can see where I'm at. That's 9 inches. Try to get that just about center. And I'm just going to take off about that much. Like I said, it was not much, but just enough to give it a little lip there so they have a little easier time opening it. Like I said, any punch will work that you have. You could use a decorative punch. It won't matter. So then I looked around to see what kind of ribbon I wanted to use. And I decided I was going to use these white herringbone. I wanted something that wasn't blue. And I'm also going to use some white baker's twine. So let's grab the white, our tag first here. And just need a small piece. Bend it in half. I'm going to put it through the hole and back up, just like that. And we have our tag. And then our ribbon, I'm going to put it underneath here. Now the other one I went around. This one I am not, because this is so much bigger ribbon that I'm going to keep it very simple. And just put it on one side here, because it is bigger, and I just decided to do it a little different. But you could wrap it around if you wanted. I'm going to attempt to tie a nice bow here. This ribbon does tie really nice bows. Like that. That looks pretty even too. Not too shabby. So you could go both ways. If you had the boho ribbon, it might look really nice with this. Unfortunately, my order has not come. I had placed in another order for supplies, and in that order is my boho ribbon, but I thought it'd be here by today, but it's not. So we're using white, which I think looks very nice. Now I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to go right underneath the ribbon here. One side of it and one on the other. And I want to have a little room on it. Tie a little knot. Like that. Not a very neat knot, but it will work. There we go. And I clip that off so it can hang down wherever you want it. Now I looked at this and I'm like, this is for a guy, but I was thinking it really could use some bling. And I was looking in my bling box earlier and I didn't grab it out. But I thought these little boho, these are Adhesive-Backed solid gems, and there's Boho Blue in here. And I thought a couple of those on the tag might be very nice. And they come in 3 sizes, so we'll use one of each. And yes, it's tone on tone, but I think it really does a little something for it. And we'll put the other one right there. So, I mean, it's not real visible, but it is visible. And just, I think it just adds a little something extra to the box. So that is our last of our Father's Day gifts, or you could use it for birthday. This is the one I did this. This is the other one I made. Like I said, if you have some of this left, this would make a great Father's Day gift as well. So I know many of you still have these products hanging around in your supply cabinet, so use them. As you know, I'm a firm believer, use what you've got. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the project, and I will see you next week. And to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. And everybody, have a nice day and nice weekend, and I will see you next week. Thank you for